that's just the way it fucking is.
Hi angels, super excited to be making another video again. My assistant has been away and she edits like all my videos. I've been waiting for her to get back to pull together a bunch of the content that I got when I was in LA and like Palm Springs. So this week I'm gonna be uploading a ton of those videos because she's back on Monday, thank fuck. As you can tell, I'm outside today, which is very peculiar. Like, why is this goth in the sunshine? But it's super lovely out, so I thought we'd experiment. But I made a post on my Instagram the other day and I was just like, I'm gonna do a Q&A, ask me all your questions below. I have a ton of questions here, but I'm gonna go through as much as I can. So this question is from Kirky Fries, and it says, what is your holy grail piece of clothing, shoes, or accessories? My favorite piece always changes, but right now my favorite piece is this like corduroy mini skirt. I found it at the thrift. What is your fave hair color you've had so far and your hair plans for the future? This is from, I can't even pronounce that username, but you know if it's you. My favorite has been my red hair. The only thing is, I change my mind so much, and especially because I love to incorporate so many colors in my outfits, I have a hard time staying in love with a color for a really long period of time. I loved the red, but I found that I couldn't wear a lot of like my favorite colors, like yellow. I couldn't really wear it with my red hair because I thought it was just like too Ronald McDonald, and like I love a good clown look, but it was just like too clown. Yeah, I love red, but black is home for me. I love having black hair. This is a question from Brianna.Ibarra, and it's, how did you and Young Cortex meet? We have just been following each other on Instagram for a really long time, and then we started like flirty DMing, and then we started texting, and then he said he wanted to meet me in Canada. Actually, he was supposed to come to Canada, but he couldn't get a passport, so we ended up like swapping our flights, and I came to LA like super sporadically, and then we hung out, and then we've literally been inseparable since. So that's like since December. I feel like it's not that crazy of a story. It's pretty average. Yeah. This is a question from Salem Bitch Trials. That's a great username, by the way. Who are your biggest inspirations in both fashion and just for life in general? So to be honest, that's a really hard question for me to answer, because I wouldn't say that I have like somebody who's my hugest inspiration. I'm inspired by different people in like different categories of life. This is from Grace Jono. What fashion choices do you regret the most when you were younger? Oh God, I did some cringe-worthy looks when I was in elementary school. I would wear like mismatched Converse with like mismatched socks, and like, I don't know, it sounds kind of cute now that I say it out loud. This is from Julia Rosengarten, and she said, do you have a favorite color? If yes, what is it? So this is another one of those things, like I am the most indecisive bitch you will ever meet. I always change like what are my favorite things. But right now my favorite colors are like bright colors. Like I love like neons right now, like neon green, neon yellow, neon orange. This question from Rotten Pills. If you could have one celebrity's phone number in your phone, who would it be? It would be Lana. It would definitely be Lana. I feel like she would give really good boy advice and just all around life advice. I love her guts. This is the question from Daddy Longlegs. Did you go to college? And if not, do you have any advice for creatives that aren't in school? I did go to college for 2 years, and I didn't even want to. I went directly out of high school to Concordia University in Montreal, and I was in communication studies. And then when I dropped out, I just focused on my Depop career, and then it turned into like a full-time job, and then I had 2 staff before I knew it, and now it's like doing really well, and I love it. This is from Noelle Cheyenne. Sorry if I said it wrong. The story behind the Band-Aid tattoo on your leg. Okay, so I know a lot of you pointed out in my tattoo tour video that I didn't say anything about it, and I was like, damn, everyone's really on top of my tattoos. I didn't talk about it in that video because I was about to drop a design with that anarchy heart in it, and I didn't want to spoil the surprise, which is like my new anarchy heart pendant. I'll like put up a pic. This is from early 2000s Paris Hilton. How do you find such good thrift clothes? I just have a lot of patience at the thrift store, and I thrift often. What is your fave current song or artist? This is from Lil Rebecca. So as you probably can tell, I've been binge listening to Nicole Dollenganger, and my favorite song is Angels of Porn. This is from Lone Star Man, and it says, what do you do in your free time? Honestly, I'm always working, and when I'm not working, I'm like sleeping. Not like I'm always thinking of like new ideas for like Depop loop bags or like different bundles I can do, or lately me and Cody have been like working on music, so we're like really productive with our time. I don't think I've talked this much ever. Is there another profession you've always wanted or wanted to do? So when I was in school, I was in communication studies with a minor in film because I actually thought that I wanted to be a director. Like in high school, I would always be like, I'm gonna be the next Rob Zombie, like I'm going into gore films. Like I literally always said that. And then one day I was like, no, clothing is my passion. But I already knew that. This is from Snowfolufagus. Do you have any favorite vintage brands? Yeah, definitely. I think I literally shit my pants every single time I find a vintage trip. The pieces are always just so insane. Like I just bought this piece off Depop, and it's like this faux fur trench coat with like spiky black faux fur and like these stars on the arms. I'm like, I want to marry whoever designed that. Okay, this is a question from Ghetto Homs. What's a song that always makes you cry? Honestly, Grouper. I listen to Grouper whenever I want to cry. Dragging a Dead Deer Up a Hill. I love that entire album, but Heavy Water, I'd Rather Be Sleeping is like my ultimate crybaby song. This is an intense question. We'll get a little bit intense here. This is from Tori Jar. She said, my question is, how did you overcome depression and self-harm? What were your methods? It's not something that you totally overcome. Well, I haven't totally overcome it yet. It is an everyday struggle. I am on a few different medications for my depression, and I still do have a lot of manic episodes, but I'm trying all the time to get better. And honestly, when I was in a really depressed place, my way of getting through it was to sleep, because I knew that if I was awake, I would probably hurt myself. So I just needed to go to bed to not self-harm. I think the most positive thing in my life to help me with depression recently has been the growth of my brand, and just constantly being like motivated to grow and just to do better things and to like be a positive influence. Like every time I make a post opening up about those things, it really like, it makes me so happy because I hear all of your feedback, and just having a discussion through the comments is so beautiful, and just knowing that there's that support system out there has been really lovely for me. So find something you're passionate about, and honestly, it will keep you happy. This is a question from Bunny Onyx. She said, how tall are you? I'm 5'9". This is from Psychedelis Laura, and she said, any tips on how to be confident? This week I wore fishnets in public for the first time. My outfit was bomb, and I felt really self-conscious. Any tips on how to deal with that? So I think the major issue with that, especially as women, we are so sexualized, and when you go outside in like a mini skirt and fishnets, people assume that you like want male attention, which is not the case whatsoever. The best thing to do, as much as if somebody catcalls you or someone says some ignorant shit, don't acknowledge them, because that's what they want. Honestly, just like stay in your own in your own world. Surround yourself by people who understand your look and what you're aiming for and your creativity, and fuck everyone else. So a lot of people are saying, what do you do for work? Maybe I haven't been super clear about that, so I'll just like flesh it out right now. So full-time, I do Depop. I also have my own website, but Depop is definitely my full-time focus. I sell vintage and dead stock. I make my own jewelry designs. I have my assistant in Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and we go crazy on wrapping packages, shooting Depop, styling new items, outsourcing. There's lots of different titles involved in what we do, and right now we're focusing on making our own original designs. Ex-boyfriend asked, does Cortex snore? No, he does not. This is a question from Claire Lowe. I think this is something that a lot of you want to hear about, and it is, can you walk us through the process of styling a Styled by iGirl bundle? I really want one and would love to know about the thought process and effort behind them. So as soon as I sell a Styled by iGirl bundle, there's certain requirements that I need from you. Number one, I need all your exact measurements. So I get your bust, your waist, your hips, your height and your shoe size. I need your theme. And a lot of people have been giving me like pretty broad themes. Like someone will be like, oh, I want brats, and do whatever the heck you want. And I'm also super down to style like any look your heart desires. You can give me like some random obscure film that you love a character of, and I will watch that film to get you that look. And then the last thing I need from you is 1 week of preparation time. Do a little bit of research. So I ask for your gram so that I can lurk your gram and kind of see your look, or you can just like send me a photo of you just so I kind of have an idea of what you look like. They have a combo of thrift and dead stock, so mostly the shoes are dead stock that I include, so it'll be like new old stock from another era. There's definitely a lot of thought that goes into it, and feel free to like message me like specifications that you want, and then I'll do my best. C666 Lynn asked, who is your favorite director? So as I said before, I thought I was going to go into film as a career, so I have a lot of favorite directors. My favorite directors, well, some of them are Todd Solondz, and then I also love Lars von Trier, and I love Greg Araki, and I love Quentin Tarantino, but that's like a really cheesy answer. This is from Post Ironic Chris, and they said, how do I create my own style on a very, very low budget? Hit the fucking thrift. And if the thrift is too expensive for you, which it can be, like, the thrift taxes on some things now, and I'm just like, damn. Just hit the thrift on 50% off days, get there bright and early in the morning, and you will have a super rare wardrobe just that you acquire from there. This is from Double I Am Innocent, and they said, fuck, marry, kill, Spike from Buffy, Heath Ledger, and Christian Slater. I would definitely marry Heath Ledger. I would fuck Spike, and I would kill Christian Slater. Is that terrible? Obviously, I just grazed the surface of like all those questions you sent me. But yeah, make sure to tell me in the comments below what other questions you have. And I can't wait to be putting out new content for you this week. I'll be dropping all that LA and California footage. But yeah, Illy.